everyone, and welcome inside of the Rogers studio for the final episode of this 2018-19 season of Knights Talk. And I'm your host, Matt Sanderson. Along with me is Director of Marketing, Jason Akers, and also Director of Scouting, Danny Smith. Guys, real pleasure to have you guys here tonight.
Thanks, Matt.
So, unfortunately, things didn't go as well as you might have hoped for this season. But Danny, it's now next season to look forward to. But you were behind the bench for a good amount of this season, and from your vision, this seemed like a very exciting young hockey team, and I think it's only going to go up and up from here.
Yeah, no, I agree. And we've got a good young core coming back. Obviously, with the likes of our young speed up front and also our big young defenseman in the back end, and, picking up Keegan Bradley, a local goalie as well, they'll help us out next year. We got a good group of young players coming in already signed for next season. I'm excited for next year. We are going to be young, we're going to be fast, and we're going to kind of be starting fresh, graduating the likes of Connor Long and Callum Queenan, Eli Kinsman, and those stars which our fans are so used to seeing. They're going to see some new faces next year, and I'm excited for it.
And one of the good things you can definitely say, too, is I think you only had a couple of returning players, as you mentioned. Now you're going to have a handful of guys that have a little bit more of a veteran presence. Do you feel that that's going to kind of go a long way?
Yeah, no, I think having guys like Matt Gieffert, as Keegan Bradley, Thomas Lacerno, those guys coming back, having that veteran presence in the room, and, they're very respected around town, very respectful. They're loved by the fans, loved by their billets, and, those are the kind of kids that we want wearing a Knights uniform.
All right, so let's go and quickly take a look at how these playoffs are doing for the Russell Cup. We'll take a look at how things are panning out in the North Division. And best of three, you see the Rattlers over the Meaford Knights there. You have New Tecumseth over Almagwin 2-1. Ville Marie over the Bulls 2-1. And then West Nipissing over Temiskaming 2-1, and then your quarterfinals there. The Rattlers right now leading West Nipissing 2-0. Ville Marie leading New Tecumseth. There, we'll go over.
They eliminated New Tech today.
Oh, so it is confirmed that they did eliminate New Tecumseth today. So Ville Marie will be moving on. You also have the Rattlers and West Nipissing should be playing very soon in there as well. South Division, St. George over Tottenham in round one, you see as the list goes down. And then in the quarterfinals, your best of five. St. George leads Niagara 2-0 in Kingsville. And Tilsonburger both tied 1-1 right now. So we'll have to see how the rest of those pan out for the remainder of this season. As we look forward to next year, guys, Jason, obviously Director of Marketing, have a lot of exciting things maybe brewing for next year. Tell us a little bit about the sponsors and if there are maybe organizations or local businesses that would like to try to reach out and be sponsors, how would they maybe go about that?
Well, they could contact me directly at marketing@meafordknights.ca. They can also visit our website at meafordknights.ca. As far as our sponsors goes, it's incredible. I started 3 or 4 years ago, and the team had a great sponsor base, and we just expanded it from there. All our sponsors take pride in the team. They come out and support the team, and nobody's ever said no to me when I went knocking on their door. Without sponsors, we wouldn't have a team. Looking forward to next year, we have Mike Wiggins from Bayside Chrysler and Meaford helping me obtain sponsors next year. So I'm looking forward to that. He's got some new great ideas. So stay tuned.
All right. And I do have to encourage you. Listen, this is my first time being behind the play-by-play booth here for the Meaford Knights, and I have to say the turnout and the dedication and fans is absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get there for that one playoff game, but I do have to say that when it was at the Meaford Knights, Jason, you actually showed me the picture. Completely filled. It must have been at least 500 fans there. It was.
Yeah, we had closer to 600 than 500. It was absolutely incredible. I have some pictures on my phone which I shared with you. So yeah, unbelievable.
So that goes to show you the support and what you'd be looking forward to into next season. Danny, without kind of spoiling anything here, if you're, we'll kind of take this with a recruiting point of view. If you're going as an up-and-coming young player coming into this organization, what are you kind of looking at from this Meaford Knights club?
Well, I think next year, being such a young club, we are going to be fast, but as a player, you got to be excited because, Meaford's a place where, as you said, you walk down the street and people know who you are. You show up to the games and you got a good crowd every night. You go to Tim Hortons and people are bugging the kids about why the power play is not working or this and that. And, as a player and as a former player myself, I can honestly say that I wouldn't go anywhere else. It's just, honestly, you feel like a rock star. Anything that a player needs to get bigger, faster, and stronger, we provide those with those players. And the staff, we work so hard in putting a good program together, and that's why players come here year after year.
And you look at what you guys have done in the last couple seasons in the playoffs and whatnot, and what you could do next year as well. If you had one tidbit of information to maybe give to these kids that are moving on, best of luck, what would you kind of say?
Yeah, to the guys that aged out this year, thanks for coming out this year. I know you guys had a good experience, and it was, I hope you learned as much from us as we did from you. And best of luck in the future. We have Callum Queenan, Connor Long, Tyler Arsenal, Alec Hernandez, Frankie Moore, Tyson Gudadis, Alan Maneri, Eric Kolstrup, and I feel like there's one more and I'm forgetting. But all those players, honestly, best of luck. And there's a lot of guys they're going to have good hockey futures, as well as good career paths as well. And I hope that they came here. A lot of these guys said they came here boys but left here men. So
absolutely, and that goes a long way. Thinking of such a small town like Meaford, Ontario being able to generate good success like that in good hockey. So once again, guys, we appreciate you coming on the show, and we look forward to everything Meaford Knights hockey in 2019-2020. So thanks again, guys.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, so that does it for this season of Knights Talk. We'll be back with you next year. On top of that, if you're still a big hockey fan, GMHL fan, take a look at those Russell Cup playoffs as well and follow along. Take care, and we'll see you next year.